So what's good, Joe Talks? How's it going, man? So you joined in. How's it going, buddy? Thank you, my brother, for spamming in hearts. Appreciate it, my brother. So, guys, is the audio fine? Because I've done a little bit of adjustments as usual. It's like I'm always doing some kind of adjustments. But here we are this time, right? I hope everything is working fine. You should hear and see everything clear as day. Okay, there's already like one problem. This cannot be there. This has to be somewhere else. Yeah, let's just put it right in here. This fed as text. Okay. Here won't really be a problem, pretty sure. Because then if it's like on the top left, then basically you can't see the pair and you can also not see the time frame that I'm on. So now it should be fine. I did. Pretty sure. Yo, Joe Talks is saying just checking in to see what the negative RR goat is up to. Appreciate it, my brother. You know, I can tell you what we are up to. We have been going pretty well so far. We have almost doubled the account. Like potentially even today we are going to double it, right? So we went from 20 to 36. 36. This is actually there's a meme. It's like, 5 plus 7 or something like that, and then Beetlejuice. I mean, probably nobody really knows what I'm talking about, but and he was saying 36. Raw Talks was saying I just started a 50 to 10,000 challenge, inspired by you, of course. Nice, man. Joe Talks saying, "Oh snap, let's go." He says, "What we do?" Yeah, man. Like, we had this basically this one in here. This was your CHF. I'm not gonna lie, this has gone on our nerves. This one, right? Like, we have gone into more of a drawdown than we would like to, right? We went all the way lower in here, had some fuckery. And I was even saying, I was calling it out, all right, guys, we are probably going to get a stop loss because we have these relative equal lows. And then, the next logical thing would be we're going to go lower and take out that liquidity. But surprisingly, we just went upwards and hit the take profit. And yeah, so that's good stuff. So Joe talked to sign last time I was here, you were at $26. This is what we do, man. Slowly but surely getting there. And also, like it's saying right below me, if you're interested in copying me, it's the first link in the description. Because I'm not, like recently I have been streaming a lot, but I'm not planning on streaming every single day for, like, I don't know, the next year or so. So, which also means I will not be taking every single trade that I'm taking in here in the live streams, because, I'll also be taking some of them private. And I am going to mention that a little bit more in this entire live stream so people really get it. So don't mind me spamming, because when, let's just say, the last live stream account balance was at, like, let's just say 36 as of right now, and then in the next live stream all of a sudden it's 45. You might be wondering, how do we go from 36 to 45 in one stream? No, the answer is just no, because it didn't happen in just one day. It happened while I was just not streaming. So that's the point of it, So once again, like, I am going to mention that a couple of times in this live stream so people really understand it. So Joel Talks was saying, I hate those trades, but in the win rate we trust. Of course, man. 100%. 888 Sniper was saying, how much are you risking on the challenge? Currently we are risking 15% or like 20%. At the very start it was like 30, yeah, like more than 30%, since the account has gone up, but I have not increased the lot size. We are right now at, yeah, like max 20% risk, max. Pretty sure. Because if we lose $3, that is going to be 10%, less than 10% actually, right? So if we're going to lose $6, that's 20%, but we are also above 30 man. So yeah, like we are risking less than 20%, which is quite acceptable. Uh, Robo Kelly was saying, "What's up, my man?" Uh, so he was saying, "Does your copy trading calculator?" What do you mean, copy trading calculator? What are you talking about? You know, like the expectancy of how much we'll be having over X amount of time. Is that what you're talking about? Because I don't know what you mean by like copy trading calculator. If you're talking about the stats, then you can check it out in either like CTrader or my website. You know, 888 Sniper is saying 20% over 4 max active trades. Um, yes, and you could even take 6 different trades and risk 20%. And you might be saying, well, but 20% is above 100%, so you know you're going to lose the entire shit. Which, first of all, you know, even if you're going to lose the entire shit, that's like not even the main issue that I'm talking about. The actual issue that I'm talking about is being, you know, getting liquidated. Basically, orders getting, like most people that are trading on prop firms, they don't even know this. Like this is just a personal account thing. This won't ever happen on a prop firm account. But if there's not enough margin, then the positions will be closed automatically by the broker to basically make sure that you're able uh, to stay in the position in that sense, because there's not enough margin. However, for us to happen, all of our trades would have to go into a drawdown. And if you're taking 4 trades, you better believe that with a negative risk to reward, at least one of them goes into a take profit. Like at least one. It will be crazy if all of them lose. Never happened to me. Never. You get what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you do. So in theory, you could even risk like 30%. Well, actually, at 30%, it's going to get risky that you are actually going to get liquidated, but 20% is still acceptable. And besides that, we're also not trading, like, we're also not every single day taking like 3 4 trades, right? That doesn't happen every day. You know, sometimes it's one, sometimes it's two, sometimes it's three, sometimes it's none, right? So like on Monday, I think we have taken trades on Monday. I took a trade on Monday, but I said, guys, don't follow me this one. And we can actually review it. It was a take profit. Um, just have to find it. I think it was AUD Yeah, here we go. This was not one of the trades that I've taken. AUD. And I have also, there have been people who said, you know, you can just top up the account balance and then, you know, it looks like you have never lost. No, that is actually not possible. Or that is possible. You can deposit into the account, and I did actually deposit into an account because I've told you guys previously all of the copy trading money, because if you're copying me, there's going to be a little performance fee. All that money is going to go straight into this account, basically to speed it up, right? But I'm like not actively depositing after loss. That's the first thing. It's transparent. The second one is why it's even more transparent. In CTrader, on my account, on the strategy, right? I'm a strategy provider. That's what it's called in CTrader. You can see how much I deposit into it. So if, like, let's just say the account started at 20 and is now at 40, but I have deposited 17 bucks, then I've basically made no profit in that sense. So you get my point. You can also like clear as they see how much have I deposited to begin with, perhaps maybe even when, but I'm not sure. All I know is that you can even see my deposit basically. So like there's no way for me to fake that shit. Uh, Robo Kelly was saying, I mean, if I copy you, will my risk be automatically calculated according to my account balance? Yes, man. Uh, you'll basically take the same risk based on your account. Okay. However, in CTrader, you can also set it lower, as far as I know, because um, and the way you do that is, let's just say that you're spending $100, right? So you're putting $100 into what's it called? Into CTrader. But let's just say you don't want to do like, 20% risk. Well, then you just put $50 into it, and then I'm still going to do 20% risk, but you're only going to be able to lose $50 in that sense, right? So that's basically how you're going to do risk management. But in terms of calculating, you don't have to do it. Brother, it's copy trading. I am doing all of the work in here. So if I'm going to lose 10%, you'll also lose 10%. If I'm going to, like, basically, we have almost made 100%, you're also going to make 100%. I've told you previously, like, you have to see it in a percentage way, not just, oh, okay, we're at 36 now. I expected you to be at 2K already. Once again, if you have put 1,000 into this entire shit from the very beginning, you'll be at 800. Well, would you? Yeah. You would be at 800 now. So 1,800. I mean, 800 profit. You will be at 1,800 in total. So that's pretty cool shit. So, RoboKelly was saying, what's your CTrader provider name? RoboKelly, go to the description of this live stream. It's the very first link and it's going to tell you everything. But do that after the live stream, alright? So you're not going to miss out on the analysis. There's going to be the full instruction. But I can already tell you, you need to sign up with Fusion. If you're not going to sign up with Fusion Markets, then you're not going to be able to copy me. So that's like a requirement. You have to sign up using my referral code, or yeah, because it's basically free, right? And I'm not taking money from you or anything. This is like literally we're taking money from the broker. Uh, so yeah, like very big thing. Like for provider name and everything like that, just go on my website. You would see it and check it out. Okay. Okay. So 888 Sniper was giving me a thumbs up. I guess you understood the assignment, what we're talking about. So once again, if you want the analysis on this one, check out the last live stream, or I think Friday's live stream, like last Friday, because I'm going to remove it. Also this one, check it out if you want to. I am going to remove this shit now. Let me double check so we have no positions going on. Okay. So let's start the analysis real quick. So you're CHF. Are we going for the previous day high or are we going for the previous day low? As of right now, I can't really tell because we are kind of in the middle of nowhere. Now, if you want me to take a guess, we're probably going to go for the previous day high and not for the previous day low. But just out of that, it's just not strong enough for me, and also that on the daily time frame, this entire candle has also barely of a wick. I can still expect a little bit of movement onto the downside, right? So we have to create a larger wick, and only from there on we potentially could to trade onto the upside. Now, another reason why this is also not a good trade is because, as you can see, what do we have in here? This is basically what we got super lucky on. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. We just got lucky on that one long. So remember, this is the previous day high. This is the previous day low. And these are going to be our relative equal lows, right? So this is also a reason why I don't want to take this trade. Right, there is liquidity lower, so there's also potential for the trade to just run lower, and yeah, we're just going to get stopped out if we're going to take, some kind of position like so, right? Even if we're just going to trade into like even less than the previous day high, right? we're definitely going to get stopped out on that move. Doesn't mean that it's going to happen, but just I don't like this entire framework. And I hope you can see the entire analysis due to the face cam. Yes, you can. Great stuff. So that's no trade for us on Euro CHF. Let's go to Euro GBP. Euro GBP has already taken out its previous day high. If you're going to look at that, 4-hour time frame has already basically violated, and yeah, we just can't have an opportunity in here. Also, additionally, we have a price gap in here, so there's even more potential to trade lower, basically. AUD CHF, which this could even be like a very high risk trade. You know, you could trade this onto the downside, but I'm not going to do that. AUD CHF is kind of like a very interesting thing, and we were talking about, was it on the 4-hour? Yeah, we were talking about that pair the last time, and it's kind of a similar situation, right? It's not exactly like that, and basically the main premise of the last one that we have taken was that we had this no-wick candle and we were somewhere in here, right? Somewhere in this little bit of price action. And we basically wanted to take a long because of this no-wick candle. Now this has worked out, you know, perfectly fine. Now, in this case, it's not the same reasoning. However, in this one, we're probably going to go for the previous day high. Now, I know what you're saying, you know. How is it that we're going for the previous day high, and why are you trading this? Isn't this a doji candle, right? That's why I always say context matters a lot. Now, this is not the most ideal trade that you want to take, and this is by far not everything that I like to have in a trade. I like to have a candle like this one. See? Just like that one. And then you want to trade into its previous day high. This is what I like to see. But in this one, we're probably still going to trade onto the upside because number one. Okay, no. Number one, we are just going to go to the previous day high because we're just close to it. Like, it's such a logical and such an easy way to understand. But also, if you're going to look at this, we have FEG in here. So that's a reason to trade higher. We also have another FEG in here. Like, I know they are small, but it doesn't matter that they are small. They still count. Also, premium to discount. We have not traded back into it yet. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. This entire price action and also out of experience, right? This is also going to be more of an experience thing. Weeks like those are going to be taken out, and funny enough, both sides are going to be taken out, right? If you are going to have a large trick like that, and this can be news but doesn't have to be. In that case, as I remember correctly, this was news, but it doesn't have to be news. Most of the times, both of these sides are going to be taken out. It's also so easy to understand, yet nobody really talks about this. Like, I just seen this pattern happen a lot of the times, right? So we are also having another reason for that. And remember, we're also having the premium to discount, just somewhere around in here. I'm going to market it out one more time. On the 4-hour time frame, what I love, right? This is basically the last conviction for me that, you know, I'm ready for this trade. We have relative equal highs in here, and we can even take this entire high. So basically, I'm going to readjust it because on the 1-hour time frame, there's going to be swing high. As you can see, swing high, swing high, swing high. Okay, this doesn't count anymore because it has been taken out. This one. So you have 1, 2, 3 highs being relatively equal, close to each other. So these are what? These are going to be our relative equal highs, right? So the next candle could potentially trade onto the upside. Now keep in mind, we are just in somewhat of a downtrend right now. But since we are just having this entire framework of trading onto the upside, I am willing to take a trade. You see how we're building an entire framework once again? Like, I've talked about this a couple of times in previous streams and whatnot. But you know, at this point, it's like almost just fun doing this, right? Because it all just adds up and it all makes just so much sense. Let's go into the 1-hour time frame real quick. Ideally, I would like this candle to be a bearish candle, and then the next candles could potentially be bullish ones. Now we have also traded into this FEG. So that's additionally for us just to protect the flow that probably is going to be not taken out before the take profit is going to get it. Let me see what the original position will be looking like. So let me see what the previous day high is. It's going to be the previous day high. And we can definitely trade, basically extend the take profit into here. Stop loss could reside actually in here. I don't believe that. I don't really see the reason. Like, this is a more of an extreme, um, what's it called? More of a extreme, like aggressive stop loss minimization. But I do think in that case that it's okay. Like, let me think about this. Like, let me see the difference. It's just, I don't really see something to base it off from. You know, maybe this low, like this candle low, but it's also not really logical. I believe that if we're going to go lower, we are just going to go lower, and it's just going to be an ass trade, right? So I do not believe that these pips are going to save us. And that's more of an exception, by the way. Like, usually you want to have it a little bit differently. So AUD CHF, we're just already going to take it. Okay, so AUD CHF, it's going to be market order buy. We're going to do the stop loss in just a second, guys. We don't want to rush ourselves. So the only like logical thing would be this no-way candle, but there's not really a logic attached to it because a no-way candle likes to be traded back into, right? We have talked about this a couple of times, guys. Remember, we like to trade into them, not away from them. And as always, like as soon as I'm doing trades, people just start leaving. Anyways, so we want to trade onto the previous day high and also probably higher. No, I don't really see a reason why price should bounce off this entire price action and then higher, right? So I am going to put it at here and I'm going to observe the price action. If I see potential to trade onto the upside again, like let's just say that we're going to get into a drawdown in here somewhere. If I see potential and valid price action, not just random price action, valid price action, then I'm going to readjust the stop loss and, you know, give it a try. Because either way, if we're going to lose, then we would really just be losing the original amount, which we would be losing anyways. But this way, we're at least having the option of having a minimized loss, right? Because let's just say this is going to tank for no reason because of news or whatever, then it is guaranteed also going to go to the original stop loss, which is like somewhere in here, okay? So that's like kind of my logic behind this. Let's go to AUD USD, daily time frame. Similar situation, probably we are going to trade onto the upside, like to the previous day high, not to the previous day low. And also, like this entire thing that we have in here, I just like to see that. Like I am being also a little bit careful about trading AUD CHF and AUD USD together, because obviously like they are positively correlated. They move like similarly, like not the exact same shit, of course, but similarly. And so if one is going to be lost, the other one is also going to be lost. So I like to be careful on those. Let's go to AUD CAT. Let's look at some other pairs and then I might decide to take it or not. I love how this is looking like. And we're also probably going to trade onto the upside. Let's go into the 4-hour time frame. Oh yeah, this is beautiful. I love this. We have not taken out this entire price action gap. Now, for anybody that's watching new, price gaps like to be traded back into with a body closure. If you're going to pay attention here, we have not seen that. Right? This has not happened yet. It's also creating a no-way candle. No, even if it's going to trade into this FAG, I'm fine with that. Like I am open to endure that. Even potentially trade all the way. I'm not going to trade all the way to the previous day high, only to the gap closure. We're going to put it just like that. And we're even getting lower, so I love to see that. We're going to take an entry in just a second. Okay. This is going to be AUD CAT. Okay, I have to make some space again. AUD CAT. Bye. Let's go to our next pairs. This is like a no-brainer, like this entire trade, and there's like so many reasons for this one to work out, but we just unfortunately already have taken out the previous day high. Like sometimes I'm okay like ignoring that sort of rule, which by the way, like I am keeping it real with you. If it doesn't align with the strategy, then you shouldn't take it. Now once again, I'm doing something differently in here, right? I'm having a high risk account. I am also already having built up a very great buffer. So I am allowing myself This is basically connected to risk management of like trading, right? Like the part of. So Loki was saying, Roger and also Loki, what's good, bro? What's up, bro? How are you guys doing? What's up? I hope your weekend has been great. You know, we are keeping it rolling. So this kind of applies to the risk management of trading, right? So if you're already having a buffer built up, then yes, you don't want to give away that profit by doing stupid trades. But at the same time, we're already trying to flip that account. And since we have a buffer built up, we are still going to be a little bit more open about also having here and there a higher risk trade that can also give us a great reward. NZD/USD, let's go into the daily time frame. Okay, this is like here I just can't tell anything. Like I can't base anything off of this because of the previous day high and low, right? We're pretty far away from low, from the high. Now, if you want me to take a guess, probably we're going to go for the high because we're close to it and also because of all of this liquidity. But it's just like, I don't know. Let's go into the daily. It's also the trade, like I can't tell you. In this one, this feels like a tricky one because out of logic, you would assume, okay, we're probably going to go for the low. But I think this day is a trap. And actually, let's go over this tomorrow if I'm going to stream, or just look at it for yourself. I do believe that this is going to be a trick daily bias trade, and then we're just going to go for the previous day high. Just based off discretion, but I just can't be wrong. And since I can be wrong, I'm not going to take a trade. Simple as that. Now, of course, you can be wrong anytime. But you get my point. It's just not a high probability setup. You don't want to participate in it. Okay? So Robo Kelly was saying, Cat, CHF, you have so many exotic pairs. Like, what are you looking at, man? Like, so many. Now, you see how, okay, this is actually interesting. Not in terms of that it's a good trade, but just interesting. Let's look at this one, right? So we've taken this one. Let's pull out this entire screenshot. You see, this is the screenshot. You see the difference? Like, I want to educate you on this one. So this is both on the daily time frame. You see how on the right side, our screenshot is kind of inverted. Like, maybe it's hard for me to explain, and it's hard for you to understand how I'm explaining it. And hang on, I have to do this like way smaller. You see how it's kind of inverted. So we have the wicks onto the downside, right? So I'm gonna count this one, this one. This one doesn't count, right? This one is just, it contributes to the movement to go lower basically. And also clearly showing you that, okay, the next day is going to go lower, so it doesn't count. But we have this day, then potentially this day that is still printing, but it's the opposite. You see the candle wicks. So basically I'm gonna do the big wicks in red. So big wick onto the downside, big wick onto the downside, small wick onto the downside, small wick onto the downside, big wick onto the downside, I mean to the upside, and also big wick onto the upside. You see how it's just inverted, and then we have to do this one. You get my point? So this one is what you rather would want to have, right? So I'm gonna put it like that. This one is what you like to have. Not this one. Simply because this is going to show you movement. Okay, there is reason to trade onto the upside, right? Because we are trying to go lower. And well, we have actually gone lower, because otherwise this would also not be a good trade, because going lower means liquidity has been taken out of these lows, and then from here on we're trading on to the upside. Like this is a masterclass basically that I'm doing in here. This is peak price action, to be honest. And I'm not joking. Like, I wish I had these kinds of analysis when, oh, what the hell is this? When I started out trading. Like, this explains it pretty well. Like, it's pretty cool that you also brought up that entire pair to begin with. Although it's not a high probability trade to take, but it's like a good case study. You know, so a wick tells you the entire story. It tells you that we try to go lower, but we're not able to go lower. There's movement to go onto the upside. But at the same time, we've also taken out liquidity. So that is going to be our fuel to now go for the previous day high and whatnot. Like, take actually a screenshot of this. Like, I'm going to give you a couple of seconds and you can take a screenshot if you want, guys. Like, I don't know if anybody even takes screenshots. I'm pretty sure that nobody even takes a single screenshot off of the things that I'm showing. Why? Because they just don't care about learning. Um, like they say they want to learn, but people say a lot of things, but they don't actually mean it. Or some people don't even know that they don't mean it. Some people believe that they want certain things, but they don't know what it takes to basically work for them. Nah, anyways, like we don't want to get too much into the real talk. You get what I'm saying? NZD cat. Oh, we have actually already looked at all of that BS. So, I mean, for us, it's pretty much just AUD cat and AUD USD. No, AUD CHF. Gotta do some stuff. Add everyone. Just write something into the chat. I'm just a little bit busy doing some stuff right now. But, I'm still seeing the chat, so let me know, guys. Dun, 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 dun. All right. So there we go. So Robo Kelly was saying you said if someone started copy trading, he would. Brother, I have no idea what you're talking about. If somebody started, what have I said? If somebody started copy trading, he would. I don't know what you mean, man. Like, please write in full sentences. That will be fire from you, man. Fire as hell. Write in full sentences, and then from there on we can take things. Okay, so RoboKiller was saying you said if someone started copy trading with 1,000, he would have made 800 profit, right? Is not it high risk trading? Yes, this is on a high risk of trading, but I'm still having. So I mean, let's go over this like the 1,000th time, and I do believe that I am going to have to repeat that for the rest of my entire presence on YouTube and on Twitch and whatever it's going to be. We are having a very high win rate. So probably we're also not going to lose a certain amount of times, or at least it's very unlikely. Now, we're currently having, like, go on C Trader. Like, just do if you're really interested in copying me and if you're really interested in learning about this, go check out my C Trader. It's public. Like, it's literally public. I can't fake that shit. Okay? And look at the win rate. Then you're going to go to ChatGPT and ask, okay, how many times can I expect to lose with this certain win rate? And it's going to tell you, like maybe 3 times in a row or something like that, like at max, or 4 times. And let it even be 5 times, okay? Let it even be 5 times, which 5 times is already on the very unlikely side. Like, you have to get extremely unlucky to lose 5 times in a row with like an 80% win rate or something like that. I don't know what exactly it's going to be. Maybe like 86 or something like that. And so yes, this is like higher risk, but it's also going to yield a very high reward. Like, so far we're doing very well, and even if we're going to lose a couple of trades, we will still be up on the account. That's basically what I'm trying to say. And yes, it is true. If you would have put 1,000 by now, you would have had 800, more than 800. Like today, okay. So we are having to set up take profit and not whatnot. So this is going to be AUD CHF. It's going to be here. We're also having take profit here. Then we're having AUD CAT. It's going to be the stop loss. AUD CAT. Stop loss. Then we're having the take profit. So I wanted to check. Okay, so today we're not going to get to the 40 mark. No, we're not going to make it to the 40 mark, which is like no problem. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to rush it or anything. This is actually a quite good topic to talk about. Some people are just going for profit targets for the day. Like, I am going to have a goal of at least making $200 for today. Like, this is some bullshit. You know why? Because most of the times what is going to end up happening is, let's just say you made 150, but your goal is 200 for that day. Then you're just going to open up a trade just because you want to get to that goal. Just because you want to get to that profit goal. And so, like, I don't know. And you're just going to lose, right? You're going to take an ass setup, and then you're going to get punished. Like, this might work a couple of times, and then, I'm the best trader. I've set like a strict profit target goal, and that's why I've won. No, man. A lot of people also don't understand. You have to take what the market gives you. The thing is, trading is only dependent so much on yourself, if you get what I mean. Like, there's only so much you can do, and then the rest is really just a price action. Just like we took the trade. Unless there's like some... Hang on, have we modified? Okay. Unless there's going to be like some modifications on the trade, like it was on this one, right? I've told you previously, if we're going to get lower, but the price action looks favorable, then I am willing to extend it to the original stop loss, which is not going to be like a bigger loss. Like, yes, it's a bigger loss compared to this low, right? But it's not going to be a bigger loss compared to the original loss that we were taking, because this is the original position, right? This is just, refined, basically. So there's only so much you can do. And after you have taken the trade, just like we have done right now, everybody that has copied me and whatnot, yeah, there's only so much that we can do. And now we're just going to let that trade play out. There's like pretty much only 3 things you can do from now on. Or like 4 things. You can modify your stop loss, you can modify your take profit, you can close the trade, or you can open another trade. That's basically it. Okay? And 3 of those things we're definitely not going to do. Like, at most we're going to change the stop loss. Okay? This is like the most that we're going to do. And only on 1 pair. Now, if you're going to ask me, how is the price action going to look like? I can like not tell it to you right off the bat, basically. I cannot tell you, X and Y and Z has to basically happen in order for me to modify the stop loss. So if let's just say you're going to get out at this point in here, like this just example, right? We're counting for the trade to go into a take profit. If we're going to get in here, you're going to get stopped out, but I'm going to modify the stop loss and it still goes into a take profit. You're going to be missing out on that. The only way to also follow me with that along is by copy trading. Okay, so this is Discord. Yeah. 16 people watching. Oh, that might be like a record. Thank you for everybody that has tuned in. Make sure to like the live stream. At 10 likes, I'm gonna do 50 push-ups. And yes, I can do 50 push-ups for anybody that's doubting. Like, I don't know. Like, today we got a lot of... Also, we got something in the chat, guys. I just didn't see it. Roger was saying it's his broker as well, bro. You'll need an offshore if you live in UK or US because leverage is capped. But if leverage is capped, also you're not going to be able to fully copy trades or what? Loki was saying how much do you risk percentage and how much positions do you open at a time if you're trading prop firms? I'm mainly like risking 3 to even like 4% if it's possible in the prop firm, which if I'm risking 3%, in reality I'm risking 2.8%. How much positions you have open at a time? On prop firms, like only one. Or I'm going to basically split the entire risk upon like let's say 3 different trades, and they're going to equal to 2.8%. But like on prop firms, I just keep it simple and just one trade. Roger was saying because win rates so high, leverage doesn't really matter. Yes, man. That's the thing. The secret project was saying, bless you, bro. Bless you too, my brother. I appreciate the blessing, man. Thank you. I hope your family is going to do well, health-wise. Yeah. So we're currently rolling in C-Trader. Let me see, what is this going to be a loss? 5. Oh, so this is USD CHF and 3.2. Yeah, that's like 8. It's pretty hard to blow the entire challenge at that point, to be honest. Like it can't always happen. There's unfortunately in trading there is never a 0, and there's also never 100. So the thing is, I like to actually say it the opposite way around. And actually, I've just noticed that we have also external relative equal highs. Now, I like to say it the opposite way around, because nothing is 100%. Nothing works 100% of the times. But there's also nothing that really works 0% of the times. Like, I'm being for real. There's always going to be that slight different chance that this entire pair is just going to sink to the bottom of the ocean because, I don't know, war started there. Or somebody dumped a fucking nuke on that country. So, like, on cat, I guess. Like, of course, the likelihood of that, we don't even have to talk about it. So, we got 10 likes. I'm gonna do the push ups. Appreciate everybody that has liked. Guys, at 20 likes, we're going to do another 50 push ups. So, I'll do it right now. Hang on. I'm gonna also show you so you can see it well. Like, I just gotta see it on the live stream. I can also, if you can see me, guys. Man, the stream fly again. Anyways, okay, that works. There we go, guys. The reason why this is so funny is because doing shh is like the opposite of being quiet. Because I'm just doing it so loud. That's why I find it so funny. Like, my humor has always been a little bit childish, to be honest, guys. Like, that's just who I am. Yeah. Okay, so I'll put it like right in here back. Okay, so Roger was saying, yeah, bro, in UK leverage on the FCA, it's capped at 130. Oh, so you're kind of having like a different version of Fusion, or like not maybe different version, but like you are just capped no matter what, even though on Fusion, like there's actually one for 500. Which like people get so excited. Oh wow, it's like why one for 500 leverage, but at the end of the day, you still have to manage your risk well. And also, what's it called? Um, like if you're having like 10k or something on your account, then you will not still be having 500 leverage, because like you have too much buying power basically. Not in terms of like moving pairs or something, like don't get me wrong. Like you need trillions to significantly move a pair like that. Uh, but I'm talking about in terms of like for the broker, because the broker is paying you. Which most people also don't understand is like people believe that they're actually extracting money out of the markets. Which, if it's centralized, yeah. If you're A booked, then basically, yeah. Like you're basically bidding and asking orders that somebody else is going to take from you, right? Like somebody's actually going to buy whatever you have offered or sell whatever you have bought, basically. Like you get my point. But in Forex, not all Forex, like in Fusion, you're not actually taking a position, like I'm pretty sure. Um, but as long as the conditions are fair, as long as, and this is not Fusion, this is like pretty much every single broker. Rarely there's like an A-book broker. And as long as the conditions are fair, as long as the conditions are good, then there's like not even that much benefit of going into an A-book broker basically. People also overestimate that. They believe, I need an A-book. Like as soon as I heard A-book, I was like, okay, I gotta get on an A-book. Now, first of all, out of my experience alone, the spread is a little bit worse on an A-book one. I guess because then you're actually competing with, you're taking actual trades basically in that sense. Which that could be the reason. But yeah, like once again, if the conditions are fair and if everything is not sketchy, then trading on a B-book broker is the same shit essentially. So yeah, there's that. Feel like it's quite getting a significant dump. Was not expected. Like this is actually quite significant, I ain't gonna lie. which I believe on AUD CAD we are revisiting that FEG. Like it was expected on that pair more than this pair because here we already had an FEG, right? You get my point? And so I wouldn't really count on this one also going back into that FEG. No, like on this one, it's like expected to go onto that FEG. But on this one, it's not. However, you can still basically expect it because on the other pair, it is going to be very expected and high likelihood. And then it's also going to be on this pair. Like it's kind of weird logic, and it might, maybe this logic doesn't even align fundamentally with something. Like, don't get me wrong. Which is also like an interesting topic. Your trades or your analysis, they don't have to follow something fundamental, but they just have to follow something that repeats itself, that is doable and that is practical in the markets, right? So the fundamental reason of that could be, I don't know, because oil at 133, at 131, so basically the time that we're having, so at 0.32 right now, is pumping crazy every single day, and that's why it has gone lower or some kind of reason. You get my point, right? So my point basically is that you don't have to know the reason why certain things happen. You just have to know, does it happen like more than often? Can I build a framework off of it? That's all you really need. So we had 10 people watching. Guys, make sure to like the live stream if you haven't yet. Like today, this is more of a low-key stream, not gonna lie. Like, for some reason, this is like such a chill live stream today. Um, sometimes I like also to be a little bit silly in the live streams. But today I'm not really into that, with the buy more and shit. Like today I'm not really up to that. And yeah, that's like kind of just a low-key stream, like we're just talking about general things. And you know, mm, like also the analysis that I've done previously, like skip like I don't know to a minute 15 of the live stream, I don't know. I've done the analysis and also showed you the like I've shown you the weeks. Like for anybody that has been watching up until this point, they know what I'm talking about. I've shown you the comparison between the 2 weeks. That was peak, to be honest. Like this is such valuable information. I really believe that. And I know, you might be saying, well, it's so simple and it's so obvious. I already knew that. No, you didn't already know that. People always like to say that shit that I already knew that, like it's so obvious. The wicks to the upside and also the wicks to the downside. Don't come at me like that. You're not seeing the price in the way that I'm doing. Maybe you do, maybe there is similarities, which, like, don't get me wrong, I am also not seeing the things that you're seeing, which you may or may have a better idea than me, right? Because I don't know who's watching, but I assume that not somebody is watching that has like 1 million unfunded with prop firms. Like, the likelihood of that is pretty unlikely, right? Um, And so people always like to say, I already knew that, man. No, you didn't already know that. You don't see the market in the way that I do, and you don't draw the conclusions that I do when I see price action. That's the key difference. And it's a major difference. Like, I'm not trying to be cocky here, but just based off facts. I've had this so many times where um I was explaining, the most simple shit that you can imagine, we have taken all liquidity in here and then something else. And they'd be like, man, I already know that. No, you don't already know that. You don't know it in the way that I'm explaining it. Or maybe you do, like very, very simple shit. Yeah, something like that. We have taken all liquidity in here. That was the reason why we've gone on to the upside. And like, this is just an example. This doesn't even make any sense. But if you would really know everything that I'm already showing in these live streams and also videos, then you would be already at your dream point that you're basically working towards right now, right? So understand that like there's levels to it. There's like literally levels to all of this shit. Which like my way, again, just like not to be cocky, but I have not just seen somebody having this approach to the markets. I mean, don't get me wrong, 99% of YouTube shit is just garbage anyways. So like I am kind of looking at the wrong place. But also just like let's just say in a Discord group or something like that, where like the trader that is showing off his trades, they don't even have to be profitable, right? They can also be unprofitable and still have like a similar sort of mindset towards the markets, right? I'm not even talking about somebody profitable in here, but I just haven't seen somebody that's doing it this way. Of course, there's always going to be similarities because my roots are also coming from watching videos, but they mainly also come from me observing the charts and just seeing things that, oh well, you know, we have a no wick candle for some whatever reason they like to be filled out. Or even more logically, if there's right now a no wick candle printing, then most likely we're going to create a wick of that candle. It's so simple, yet nobody actually thought of this. And um, I'm waiting for the day that people are going to acknowledge this and say, yo, wait, no way candles are actually crazy. You know, they don't also happen too often. Like on this price action right now, I cannot spot a single no way candle. And if you're going to say that, okay, there are going to be no way candles on here, no, there are not no way candles because, like, zooming in even more, they are having wicks. You see, this is the wick. So So yeah, I'm waiting for the moment where people are actually going to realize this and they're just going to copy me with that shit. Like they're going to show, you know, that they have invented Noe candles. Which don't get me wrong, I have also not invented Noe candles. They have been there forever. But nobody has just really paid attention to them the way that I do. Or at least, once again, I haven't seen anybody doing it. Like out of 7 billion people, there is surely going to be other people that have also seen it and also trading it, but just haven't seen someone yet. Which, by the way, there is actually no way candle in here, right? Also goes to show that things just don't work every single time, right? You would expect this candle to go lower, has never happened. Which this is also the reason why you need rules to begin with, right? You wouldn't have taken that trade to begin with, because this right in here, my friend, is at 19, right? And we don't trade at that time. Oh, have I removed the... okay, I thought that I have removed the trade. That would have been ass. Yeah, this was also like a potential trade for us to take, but I just wanted to stick to AUD CAD and also AUD CHF. That was like a little bit more high probability to me. This was just cleaner price delivery, but potentially you could have also taken that one. There would have been nothing wrong with it, like just out of intuition. And actually, intuition has saved me from a loss the other day. Like it was looking like just pretty, right? It was looking awesome, but I just had like a gut feeling and then I didn't take it, and that would have been a loss. It's crazy, right? Pretty interesting stuff. Put it like this, intuition alone won't make you a profitable trader, and mechanical rules alone won't also make you a profitable trader, only if you have both. You know, have a little bit of like super mechanical stuff, just like me. For like in my case, that is going to be I'm trading at 0 a.m., right? Trading at 0 a.m. and like that is basically every single day the same stuff. Like there's no deviation from it. This is mechanical. Also, the order of the time frames is also mechanical. Daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, sometimes weekly. Preferably, you also like to look at the weekly. Um, But like a lot of the times when I'm in the middle of the week and the daily already looks like crazy enough, then I don't even consider going on to the weekly, as most of the times I already know what the weekly is going to look like if I'm going to look at the daily time frame. Just like you're looking at 4 1 hour candles, you can already tell what the 4 hour candle is going to look like. Um, yeah, so that's also pretty mechanical. Like what else is mechanical? Um, Basically that we're having a 10 pip take profit and also 50 pip stop loss, also mechanical. Now, yes, I am not always doing like a 10 pip and 50 pip stop loss. I am modifying it. But the strategy also works if you're just going to take these parameters. So that's also mechanical. That's just something additionally. We're refining it. We're trying to squeeze out more profits. We're looking at the entire framework. We're looking at the context. And then we're deciding, okay, today we're going to put the stop loss in here, with also exception that we might have actually going to move it at the original stop loss, right? Things like that. But this is generally also mechanical. It's 10 pip take profit, 50 pip stop loss. But of course, not everything is going to be mechanical. If everything would be mechanical, like trust me, I would have gotten somebody to do it, like coding this shit. But unfortunately, unfortunately, shit is not mechanical fully. Like it also relies on you having experience and also observing the charts. Now there's 2 ways to go about it, right? You can like learn it yourself, or like 3 ways. You can learn it yourself by watching these streams. You can copy me, or you can do both. Copy, earn profit, and also learn, because you're also going to see a lot of the trades. But don't get me wrong, it's like not full on full one-on-one mentoring basically. Um, like that's something separate. You have to understand that. Nobody writing into the chat, guys. So where you all at? And also there was one pair who I was saying this like sort of a trick fake daily one. It was USD right? And this is an interesting one because out of the idea, we would have to go for the previous day low, not for the previous day high. But just like there's the certain gut feeling in me that we are just going to trade onto the previous day high, even though it looks so obvious that we're going to trade into the previous day low. And it's, by the way, like such an interesting part also. Sometimes I hardly can explain to you these reasons, right? It is just like hours and hours and hours, like observing the charts for the past yeah, like 2 years or something like that. For the past 2 years or 3 years, I would even say, there has not been a single day where I have not looked at the charts, unless it's weekend, right? Or some kind of day where you're just not looking at something, right? But like every single day, even if I know that there's not going to be trade, I'm still looking at the charts. It's like almost I'm obsessed with this shit. Mm, like once again, are you going to let your emotions, your habits determine your next move, or are you just going to stay disciplined? Like that's what we want to ask ourselves. It would be crazy if we catch something like that. Like that's always the question. It's number one question. Are you going to let that determine your next trade, or are you just going to stay disciplined? For how long has the stream been going so far? I want to check this out. Oh, so we're already 1 hour in. They went pretty fast. Like we're going to wait this out a little bit more. Maybe we can catch a live trade on AUD CAD. And there's actually going to be like a full summary. Like I am going to do a video. I might even get like an editor for this. Because it's going to be rather a long video. And it's going to be something like I doubled my money, or like some kind of like good idea with a good narrative that I can think of. And I might even like really get an editor for this. Because I want it to be like really good. And it's just like an interesting video for anybody that, even like for the people, like let's just put it this way, I want it to be also interesting even for the people that have been into these live streams. And so you're basically getting the entire rewind, the entire documentary of, okay, we went from 20 bucks all the way to 40 bucks. Pretty interesting stuff, you know? I mean, the material for it is there. Like, I have also some where I've recorded it, yeah, and then yeah, basically just the live streams. Like 90% of it is just the live streams. Yeah. Which I guess you just have to download the live streams, which is going to be as like I thought about always recording and also doing the live stream at the same time, basically. But I just haven't got into it yet. Which I got one step closer on streaming. Yo, guys, actually, can you hear me well? Like, obviously, you can hear me, or else somebody would already be typing in the chat, yo, brother, I can hear you, type shit. But can you hear me well? Can you hear me also loud? Because, like, tell me, like, approximately, what are you having your volume on? If you're watching on phone, then just tell me, like, is it at the center? Is it, like, 1/4, like 3/4? Is it at max? Because you can't hear me. I'm quiet as shit. Um, like, approximately. Because I've done some audio settings again. Like, I'm always tweaking with the audio. I'm just kind of a nerd in audio for some reason. Yeah. Yeah, man. So, like, hopefully we could get the outcome of AOD cat. So, I just noticed for all pairs that you're seeing in here, I'm always saying GBP USD, USD SGD, Euro USD. Right? I'm basically always saying every single letter. But on AUD cat, I'm never saying AUD CAD. This is some BS type of bullshit. You there's something wrong with you if you're saying it this way. You gotta say AUD cat. Nah, of course not, but I'm just so used to it saying it this way. Like I would be confused myself if I said it differently. To be honest with you. Okay, I need to start getting like into more time frames and just moving the screen because the attention span of people is just flabbergasting right now. We're having 5 people watching. You know, that's actually the reason why I'm skipping through pairs, even though there's like not new information. Because for some reason, I don't know for like I don't know why people are watching to basically see me switch charts, but that basically keeps the attention span of people. Like I've seen it, I've tested it in the live streams. You guys, for some reason, just like that, which I even understand it, because then there's like something to watch basically, not just me talking. So right now we're at 26 if I'm account balance, but we started at 20 bucks. Which also, like, I don't know why you guys, like, why you Americans are doing it this way. Like, not everybody is American here. Yes, I get it. Some are from UK, some from Nigeria, India. There's going to be Pakis. But what I was talking about is, so you're saying $20, right? So that means you gotta have $20, right? Because the dollar, like the sign, means dollar, right? So $20. Who the fuck in the world said Let's put dollar before 20. Dollar 20. Like what the hell? Like let's just say in my currency, right? 20 euro. It's going to look like that, 20 euro. Because I'm saying the word, so basically the symbol, after the number. So I'm going to say 20 euro. Anyways, like this is just stupid American logic. Like Americans are on some interesting type of logic. Man, I'm coughing a lot because of my allergy. Yeah, guys, I went out today. This was no fun. But you know, I'm gonna be right back, guys. I'm gonna let the 1 minute chart play for you, so you have something interesting to watch. Let me see how's that looking like. Okay, fine. I'll be right back, guys. Myself some premium water. Whoa, shit. Yeah, so here we are back, guys. I wasn't even away for a minute, was I? We got 5 people watching. So, Fip was saying, no. So we got Robo Kelly. He's just laughing. What are you laughing about, my man? Then we got Fip. He was saying low. What is low for? Then we got Ghost Whale. He's saying, brother, what's good, my brother? How's it going? You know, how are we rolling with today? How are we doing? How are we rolling? How are we? How are the things going, man? AUD cat hit take profit. Did it? Perhaps for you it did. For me it didn't yet. But that's great to hear. For me with refined entry, great shit, man. Great, beautiful, man. Yeah, for me I'm having a little bit of different. But you know what you do. Um, ah, yeah. So when I started trading, basically, I used to look at DXY so much, and it used to be so useful, but for some reason, the usefulness of this dollar strength index went south. Like over the years, I started using it less and less, but I still have it on my watch list. Let's take a fun look at Bitcoin. Ghost was saying, I'll put it in chat, Discord. All right, I'm gonna look at it. Yes, man, I seen it. For anybody that's wondering, if they're looking at the Discord, we're talking about the private group. You know, beautiful trade. You have taken like a very good entry, and you're already out, man. Like that's great shit. Yeah, I'm having a little bit of a different trade in here. Yeah, we'll be running. We'll be rolling. And like, let's wait a little bit longer. I wanna see how the 1 hour candle is going to close. And then I'm going to decide if we're going to basically keep on live streaming for a little bit longer, if it's worth streaming for longer. Because usually based off the next 1 hour candle, I can tell if the take profit is going to be within the next hour. Usually. Like not always, of course. Sometimes I will not be able to tell. But a lot of the times I am pretty confident in being able to tell that. Um, I love gold. I've said this a couple of times. I love the idea of trading gold, but it's just like not my specialty in that sense. And I also do believe it makes sense to trade that shit. Like seriously. Okay, so if it's going to close like that, then I will look into 50-minute, 5 minute, and then I'm going to say what I have to say about that outcome basically of the trade. Okay, so I gotta look at the chat. We got 4 people watching. Nobody gives a fuck anymore. They just took the trade and went, back to the back rooms. I mean, most of the valuable stuff has been said at the beginning of the stream. So it's like, okay, people are starting to leave. There's only so much that you can, so long that you can stay, I guess. So we're going to keep on switching a little bit again. So we have this trade running down into lower and lower right now. We're leaving a lot of liquidity in here. That is on the 5 minutes, so don't put too much weight into it. Okay, so it's probably going to close like that. Let me see, 50 minutes. Yeah, so the hourly candle is going to create a wick. Okay, so for this one I can't tell. So I just told you that, usually I can tell and, this and that. But the 1 hour candle is basically the same scenario that we would call a 50-50 candle on the daily time frame. However, this is a little bit differently. We're probably still going to trade onto the upside within the next hourly candle, and I believe, at least out of analysis, I can be wrong, like we'll see the outcome later on. Anyways, I believe that the next candle is going to hit take profit. Like we're still going to create a wick, right? Wick, and then we're just going to shoot up. But as always, I can be wrong on that. Like, especially because statistically, the trades run for 8 hours, right? Sort of the average. Which actually I think it's less because we're taking more trades lately, and those trades can also go faster in that sense. So usually after I go to sleep and then when I wake up, I have the outcome of the trade a lot of times. But like oftentimes it's also just running and running and running and still a stop loss. Like imagine that. That's like so much shit. So Ghost was saying AUDCHF limit also filled at 0.55039. Yesterday's SL learned me a lesson to always look for that refined entry. Yes, brother, we're always learning. Like that's the thing in the mentorship, right? There's always something to learn, not only about the take profits, right? There's actually more to learn about the losses. One student in the, like this not ghost whale, like in a different one, he has basically closed a trade earlier than he should have, right? And then the trade actually run into, like it ran into a take profit, but he closed it at a loss. Never seen him doing that shit ever again so far. He has learned his lesson. Same for my man Ghostwheel, hasn't refined like the entry in the last one. It was a loss, it was a lesson. Now he has refined it. 3 minutes take profit hit. That's how we doing it. This candle is not looking favorable. You might be saying, well, but it's a bullish one. What are you talking about? I want this candle to create a bigger wick onto the downside and then go higher. But we'll see. So, yeah, I do believe that the next candle is going to basically, what's it called? Go for take profit. But we're not going to stream all the way until like in UTC Standard Time 2 a.m. So Goats Whale was saying, my brother Goats was saying that feeling of closing early then TP sucks. Yes, worst feeling ever. Like imagine the trade runs somewhere in here, so you're basically at negative 50% of the entire position, and then you're required to close. But then what is going to end up happening next? Shit runs into your take profit. Like that's the worst ever. You have lost, and technically you're actually down. Like let's just say 60% because this would have been a win. So you have gotten all the way from the potential win all the way to the loss that you have suffered basically. Like don't get me wrong, you have not lost like these additional 10%. But you get my point. That feeling, that's really not. That feeling hurts us in our nightmares. Oh, I just saw that you cannot like properly see shit. That's why I thought about making like a different layout because then you'll always be able to see everything basically. But then also the screen is going to be a little bit smaller. So basically I'm thinking about this layout, okay? So imagine this is like our entire screen. Like this is the entire screen that we're dealing with, right? 16 by 9 as usual. And then in here, I've done a couple of videos with this layout. In here, we will be having the screen, right? And in here, we will be having my face cam, right? So I'm gonna put this as F for face cam and this for screen. Like I could try it out, but yeah. And then in here could be like, there's like a bunch of space in here. Like disclaimer, then gold counter for like the Pocky that is asking, can you analyze gold for me? And then, you know, here like want to copy trade me, first link in description or some shit like that. You get the point. But then also the face cam is just kind of cropped and it's like you can't see like the entire shit, which for some reason is like important to me. Do you see like a good angle of me? Or like not of me as of my face, but just as of the face cam, so you have like a good angle. I think that this looks fine. But yeah, like maybe in the future. Like I'll look into it. Because it has up and downside as usual. All right, guys. So I don't really see somebody being active in chat. You're also leaving for some reason. Um, this is like probably one of my favorite streams, to be honest, cause like views wise and watch time and whatever or not, it has like it's like one of the worst, to be honest. Like we have 5 people watching. But out of the information, I really liked that at the start, and just also was more of a low key sort of stream. I enjoyed this one, and I hope for everybody that has been watching up until this point, and also just like already has left, I also hope so that you enjoyed it as well, and it was valuable to you as always. But yeah, guys, um, like type in your last whatever you want to type if you're interested in that to begin with, and then from there we're going to roll, and we're going to see each other maybe tomorrow, maybe next week. I don't know. Whenever I feel like streaming. Maybe I will be streaming tomorrow. Depends on some things. Maybe I will not. I'm not going to give you a promise that I'm not 100% of being sure holding. Okay? But yeah, I'm gonna wait like a little bit longer in case somebody's typing something, which I don't think so, but we'll give you the chance. And I really appreciate everybody watching, guys. So Ghost was saying, loved it again, my man. Appreciate it, brother. Always sticking around. Always keeping up the support. Really like that. Ghost was saying, talk soon. Talk to you like every single day. We're active in the mentorship group. I'm available at all times. You know, like anybody with the mentorship, I'm connected with anyways. Like whether it's live streams, whether it's no live streams, whether it's videos, whether it's no videos. Like we're always connected there. You feel me? Ghost was saying, join mentorship to upgrade to the next level. That's how we doing it, man. Guys, for everybody that has like not noticed about it, I've done an entire interview with Ghost Whale. Ghost Whale is the guy that is in the chat right now. He's one of my students, and I've done an interview with him, and we're talking about basically having a platform challenge and whatnot. That interview is on my YouTube channel, like fully you can watch it, his entire story. And he's also going to analyze 3 of his most recent trades for you, so you can also learn from it. And we have talked about like the future goals of getting funded. That guy is funded now. Like job done. And this only the start, We're only getting started here. This is only the start where we're about to basically head off to the moon. But yeah, this is like just a quick update. My guy has been funded using the exact same shit that I teach, that I show, that we're doing together in the mentorship. We're not like whatever we're doing it there, it works. So great shit, guys. All right, so hang on, I'm gonna check one more last time. Smash that like, yeah, man. As usual, smash that like button. And Ghosto was also saying funded. Yes, man, funded. With that emoji. Okay, guys, then talk to you soon. Appreciate everybody that has been watching. Shout out to Ghost Whale. He's funded now. Big accomplishment, big gains. And yeah, guys, appreciate the support and see you in the next one.